How is it possible that we're able to access these psychedelic-like states through just breathing alone? What is going on here? My first breathwork experience happened during my 200-hour yoga teacher training during my senior year of college. This experience was very eye-opening to me, and it was very powerful and potent. I couldn't believe what I was feeling in my body and what I was working through emotionally by just breathing alone. So from the get-go, breathwork was something that really fascinated me because of this powerful experience I had. So when I moved to LA about 3 years ago, I started diving into all different types of breathwork. If you've seen my videos about the Wim Hof Method, the Yes Theory documentary, or even the video I made for Yoga Journal about holotropic breathwork, you may already have an idea about what breathwork is and how it works. But if you're totally new to this subject, don't worry, we're going to break it all down in this video. While pranayama, or breathing practices, have been around for thousands of years amongst the yogis and monks, its popularity in Western culture really started around the 1970s, when Dr. Stanislav Grof developed something called holotropic breathwork as a way to induce a psychedelic state for psychotherapeutic benefits without the use of drugs.
We have seen people getting over different forms of phobias and variety of other problems, improving self-image.
As I've begun to make more videos about breathwork and other holistic healing modalities, I often see that people comment that they wish they lived somewhere in the world where they had access to this. So when I recently discovered a global online breathwork community, I knew that I needed to try this out to see if online breathwork is something that might be a way for people all around the world to access this modality that has had such a profound impact on my own life and spiritual path, and is doing the same for many other people around the world. In order to learn more about this online breathwork community, I went to meet the man who created it. Hey,
hi Sky, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome.
It's like a jungle in here. Show me around.
Sure, come on up. Yeah, I designed the house and had it built about 20 years ago. And because there's not a lot of land outside, I decided to bring nature indoors. So This is the result.
Michael Stone is a certified breathwork facilitator who's been guiding breathwork experiences for more than a decade in person and online.
Originally, I had no interest in things like breathwork based on my science background because it just felt kind of very new agey. Then about 16, 17 years ago, I ended up going to Peru, and I did a medicine journey and had one of the most amazing experiences of my life. It was really the first time in my life that I ever actually felt safe in the world. And I said, okay, I need to be able to continue to have these experiences. These receptors are there in my brain, or I couldn't have it, so there has to be other ways of accessing these receptors. I started researching. At a certain point, I came upon breathwork, a specific type of breathwork that's called holotropic breathwork. So I gave it a try. I took one of the workshops and actually had a very similar experience to what I'd had in Peru. Not only was I having these really profound experiences, but I saw the other people in the groups also having experiences that were really changing their lives. And at a certain point, I made a decision, okay, I want to really learn how to facilitate and lead these workshops so I can support other people in my life and in the Los Angeles area and having these kinds of experiences. If you want to change the world around you, the best way to do it is explore your inner world and change what's happening inside your mind. And the outer world will change it by itself. So I've been doing that for about 11, 12 years now. And at a certain point, a couple of years ago, it kind of came to me, okay, there must be a way to really spread this so that large numbers of people from around the world can have these experiences and get these benefits. It was really clear to me that the only way to make that happen was to develop a type of breathwork that could be done online. That's how I ultimately developed what I call NEURODYNAMIC BREATHWORK Online. It's my own creation. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years now. And over the last 1.5 years, it's spread around the world, and now people from over 25 different countries have actually done this.
After speaking with Michael, I was excited to test out online breathwork to see how it compared to the other types of breathwork that I've tried. We're about to get started. I've got my setup all ready to go. Got my good headphones. Eye mask is gonna go on. And we are about to begin the breathwork journey. I will see you on the other side.
Starting by taking a deep breath and then letting it out. And now bringing your attention to your body to see if there is any tension that you are able to let go of. Continuing to take full deep breaths, breathing deeper and faster, faster and deeper. Breathwork is the conscious control of breath to produce the result of quieting the ego mind and accessing this kind of inner intelligence, inner guidance that we all have. It creates certain physiological changes in your body, and there's also a psychological component. Part of the instructions during the breathwork session are to surrender to the process, to open up to whatever wants to happen. Just giving your psyche permission to release is very powerful. So what happens in your body when you do breath work? Basically what's happening is, as you're breathing faster and deeper, you're decreasing the amount of CO2 in your system. As your body compensates, it makes your blood more alkaline, which creates certain changes in your brain. And what's happening is that certain areas of your brain have more activity and certain areas of your brain have less activity. And one of the areas that has less activity is the frontal cortex, which is part of what we call the default mode network. The default mode network is the part of your brain that's responsible for the mental constructs of self and ego. When the default mode network, or DMN, has less activity, the ego mind can disappear or can be deactivated. And that allows you to connect to this inner intelligence, inner guidance, inner wisdom that everybody has, and that already has the answers that we need, but is just generally not available to us because of the constant chatter and energy of the ego mind.
We are still in the early stages of learning about this scientifically, and we have a lot more to learn.
The other thing that happens is the default mode network is also responsible for suppressing other parts of the brain, such as the limbic system, which is responsible for memory and also for our emotions. So when the default mode network is deactivated, then those areas have more activity, more O2, more flow. What that does is it allows you to bring memories up that have been suppressed, to bring emotions up that have been suppressed, and actually bring them to consciousness and start to work with them, process them, and release them.
Wow, this session was super powerful. I have been holding on to a lot of stuff. You know when you feel like you're just holding in so much inside and you feel like you can't really talk to anyone about it, you don't want to talk to anyone about it, and you just keep stuffing it down? Well, I was doing that for a few weeks and dealing with stuff on my own, not wanting to open up to people. It all just bubbled up, and what breathwork helps you do is kind of release that emotion in a healthy way. So this session was really powerful for me because I was able to do that. It was almost like I was feeling this jolt of energy through the body, and I would tighten everything all at once, and then it would just completely release on the exhale, and that's what my body wanted to do. There are several breathwork tutorials and videos and audio guides out there online that you can find, and I think that's really great. But what I really love about this is that you have a certified facilitator who's very experienced in this space and has been doing this for more than a decade and has seen everything, all types of experiences. You have him there to talk to if you need to during the session. Breathwork can be very powerful, and you want to feel safe and you want to feel like you can talk to someone if you need to. The other amazing thing about this, of course, is the community and the sharing portion after. This is the coolest part too. Well, the breathing's pretty cool, but what's really awesome is in these sessions, these people from all over the world now get to share with the group about their experience. So it's really this like global breathwork community.
You're on there. We can hear you. Thank you.
Perfect.
Go
It's a
for it.
little dark here. I was just here with the sunset. And over there, I don't know if you can see, it's almost the full moon coming up. really cool. This is one of the very few techniques I would say that has me or helps me go inward versus asking or looking, to the outside for answers.
So I'm still in a little bit of a spacey, dreamy place. It's really a wonderful process, this breath work. I mean, it's powerful enough to take us to kind of psychedelic places where we can visit our common humanity, our oneness, the oneness that unites the whole world.
For me, one of the biggest advantages to doing this is that we can get under the chitter-chatter of the talking mind into who we really are, into our true self. And so it's really enabled me to begin distinguishing between what is old messaging or what is coming from the outside and what is actually me and my consciousness, or whatever we want to call it.
The experiences were so cosmic and so beyond my comprehension. And doing breath work always reminds me that we're so connected. We're all part of this together, and just being in a circle of people breathing together and being a part of this community, it's a true gift.
I've been going through this major shift recently in all sorts of ways in my life, and this breathwork has been like another way for me to really expand the transformation that I'm going through from within.
All right, thank you all so much, and our next session is tomorrow. Another one. See you then, and thank you all so much for participating.
I thought this stuff was just like common in LA, but what I'm learning is that there are people in this community of wanting to expand consciousness all over the world. That's why I love what I do on YouTube. That's why I love this. I'd say that if you have an opportunity to do breath work in an in-person experience, definitely take advantage of that. Definitely do that. But this online breath work is just an amazing way for anyone around the world to access this really interesting and cool modality. The other thing that's cool about this is that it's very affordable in comparison to breathwork workshops that you might find at a yoga studio or in an in-person session. This makes it very cheap and easy to access for anyone. Why do you keep doing it, and why does it mean something to you?
Because it's so beautiful to watch and to be part of people around the world having these experiences where they really make changes in their lives, where they feel more empowered, where they feel like they can reach their dreams. I really feel like there's a breathwork family now that I'm a part of, and I just love doing it.
And because of that, it is your lucky day, because Michael wants to offer the Skylife Vibe Tribe a free neurodynamic online breathwork session. So you can try it out and see if it's something that resonates with you. Maybe it doesn't at all, but maybe it does. And if there's any part inside of you that is intrigued to try this out, I always encourage that you follow your curiosity and see where it might take you. Okay, beautiful people, that is it for this episode of Skylife. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and comment below your thoughts. Please let me know if you do end up trying out an online breathwork experience. I would love to hear how it goes for you. And as always, remember, you have the power to thrive. You have the power to live your best life ever. I love connecting with you every week. It means so much to me. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye.